right. So yeah, a lot of things been going on last few days and weeks. Um, let's jump into into this whole you know uh, what do you call it? This whole fiasco. All right. So you might have heard that Quadriga CX full story. I mean, there's plenty of news, but there's a point I want to make here. Besides that, controlling your own keys, possession, being in possession of your own keys is so fundamentally important. So as a general rule of thumb, or thumb of rule, or as a best practice, do not trust any kind of intermediaries, custodians, third parties. And to put it into perspective, do not trust exchanges. All right, there are some serious exchanges. Okay, this is where you would trade, buy and sell temporarily. Just have them on. You buy them and then you don't store them on the exchange. People. I don't understand why people would leave their coins, their tokens, their bitcoins, their satoshis on an exchange where you do not have direct control, direct possession of your private keys. All right. So can you hear me? I'm not sure whether you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me check. Exchange where, yeah, you can hear me. All right. So let's jump right into that article. Pretty interesting. From February 5th, 2019, Quadriga CX full story. 115,000 users lose over $190 million worth as CEO passes away with wallet passwords. I mean, how stupid is that? You can't make this thing up. Now I'm just saying if it's true, and if it were true. Now it says doubt raised about exchanges of credibility due to unorthodox wallet practices. Canadian exchange recently shut down after CEO Gary Cotton. I don't even know whether this guy is a real name, or is this guy real, or what? Or was he real? If he allegedly has died, mysteriously passed away on December 9, 2018 with the exchange's wallet passwords. Over 150,000 users are in danger of losing over $190 million. The CEO who passed away was the only person at the firm who knew the passwords, the private keys, to the funds that were stored in cold storage. Security experts contracted by Quadriga CX have so far been unable to crack the passwords. Oh, really? Okay, so then it's all the list, the details, blah, blah, blah. But what is interesting, is that down there it says suspicious activity detected by community, Reddit, and Medium. It says, now this is, I have no primary sources for all of this, so I'm just discussing this with you, brainstorming with you, because it's important to, because after all, now Blockstream has come up with a solution how we can sort of make sure that the exchanges or whatever institutions have these reserves. All right, they have developed a tool called proof of reserve something tool, some kind of algorithmic whatever. I'm not a technical expert, so where they insert an invalid nonce so that it is still, and it shows still as an unspendable or as an unspendable, spendable, whatever output, but then at least there's a verification validation that they have the funds secured, and it's there. It's not, it has not vanished anywhere whatsoever. All right, but still it doesn't solve the problem now. Now it says enraged users and crypto community members have come together to investigate the issue. There is much speculation that there is more to the story than originally publicized. The community believes that it's possible that CEO Gary Cotton could have very well faked his death. Now, why? At the time of his death on December 9th of 2018, the CEO was in India. Now, this is not a bias or prejudice, okay? But there are some countries where you can literally, have for a minimal price, have all kinds of documents, forged, and including death certificates. So if it says, he's dead, and he set up, by the way, his will 9 days before he died, that's it just creates a lot of questions, right? So and then it says on, by the way, the article is on mycoinrisk.com. It says further on, according to sources, he passed away to Crohn's diseases. The community speculates that the CEO could have obtained a fake death certificate in order to pull off this haste. The suspicions and accusations arose because of the exchange's strange wallet practices both before and after CEO's death. Kraken and its CEO have confirmed the exchange's strange wallet practices, which raised suspicion and are actively investigating for the community, according to a tweet by Kraken CEO. Now, Kraken, I can only say a personal experience, and from other testimonials and reports and audits, and they're just serious. Kraken, or there's some other, I'm sure Coinbase, there's some fundamental exchanges, a few of them that are really trustworthy. They do their stuff, they do KYC, they do, they are top notch when it comes to security updating. They inform their customers, their clients, about any kind of changes they do. So it's a real reliable, trustworthy institution or enterprise. I'm not saying you should leave your that's not the argument. This is not again just for trading, buying, selling, temporary transactions, and then you just pull it off and withdraw it to your hardware wallet. That's why I put that link right below the video description, like last time. Please get yourself a Trezor-hardware wallet. Now, of course, it's a matter of taste and style, and haptic and style and look and touch and feel stuff. But I totally prefer, Trezor for a number of reasons, because they're top notch. They're really always up to date. They inform you. It's really easy to handle. It's a really reliable, trustworthy, and get it from the original store, or get from the original producer, and that is Trezor, Satoshi Labs. So get it from them directly and not via some third party, not even Amazon. I would suggest, because you never know, during the transit from the original producer to whatever kind of merchants and in between merchants, it could have been tampered. You never know. I'm not saying, I've heard people got it from Amazon, no problem whatsoever, but I'm just saying, get it. And if you also want to support my work, my independent investigative research work, and giving value back to the community, you can also, give me a minimal provision or whatever. Okay. So really interesting. So these are the questions. That's why people. We've got to learn out of these lessons. All right, and I feel really total empathy with the victims. With the damaged people that have been that lost a lot of money now. And if they don't get back through whatever arduous and really exhaustive procedures and trials and lawsuits, and maybe even class action lawsuits, who knows, but are they gonna maybe just get a fraction out of that, whatever is left? Or is the guy, are they gonna find him eventually, maybe, and squeeze everything out of him? So yeah, this is utterly and blatantly, totally, irresponsible. Especially when other institutes, there should be, where's the SEC, or some kind of SEC, not them saying the SEC is responsible, but there should be some kind of oversight. Where are these oversight institutions, that want to protect, it's about consumer protection and this and that protection? Where are they? Where was the audit? Have they been audited? So there's a bunch of, then on top of that, if that is true, there's a guy called the co-founder. Now, again, I don't have any primary sources of that. The co-founder of Quadrita CX, Michael Partreen, has been using a fake name. Now, that's also on on Reddit. And I find it pretty authentic because they are giving here sources, and I think it's again some article, but I don't find it in right now. CX founder Michael Petrin believed to be Omar Danani, who was arrested for money laundering in 2007. So he had been already using, this guy, if it's true, been already using a fake name. So how can these things be possible in a hopefully sane world with sane investors and clients and customers who question maybe things twice or three times before they do any kind of action. I mean, but we got to learn out of these lessons, I guess. All right, so that's my update for today, and thank you so much for listening, for watching, for sharing my videos. Please, if you can, support me on patreon.com/thetotalconnector or on Tally. On Tally, you can also you can find me on Facebook, and on Tally, and you can support me with some kind of donation. tallyco.in/KevinDavani, and it's all about total Bitcoin, total decentralization, total freedom. So what I do as a total connector, I work to connect everything, all the people, now focusing totally on the monetary, financial, economical system that we have that needs to be urgently, this criminal system, totally made obsolete. All right, so I work towards that. So in order to achieve the wealth and freedom people want to crave for, and I do this through being the total connector for you, being able to enjoy life with an abundance of monetary, financial, economic values and growth. That's my focus. All right. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And again, there's this other article just in the closing. Quadriga cryptocurrency exchange founder filed his will 12 days before he died. All right, so that's another article on scmp.com. All right, so yeah, I'll see you soon again. Thank you so much for watching. And by the way, yeah, and one last, because I think it's really important, by Andreas, BTC and crypto expert and security expert. It's a very good comment. He said just recently today, it is sad to see what the blockchain space has become in the past year. The very thing that drew people in are the things that are tearing it apart. A complete lack of personal responsibility and due diligence research is and was one of the main issues with the ICO craze. I don't think anybody would disagree that most projects were money grabs at best and complete scams at worst. CMC lists over 2,000 crypto assets. I think it's much more. It's 3,000 or something crypto assets. How many of those are still alive? How many of those have real business? How many of those have made profit or revenue? And that is without even touching on scam exchanges and predatory social media practices. I hope the winter continues to freeze. All right. Yeah, it's a cleansing process. All right. I see it as a cleansing process. All these shit coins and scam coins and incompetent people is going to be flushed out, cleansed out, and then you have, you got to, separate the wheat from the chaff. And then at the end of the day, you got, there's only really a few projects that are already delivering, even at least minimally, some kind of a return on investment, dividends, rewards, whatever you want to call them, back to the investors. And they have solid projects, solid team with really solid background, expertise, professionalism, ethics, honesty, transparency. This is what we need more in space. All right. We need more education. We need more research. We need more due diligence. And we need more ethics and responsibility, due diligence. All right. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon again. My name is Kevin Davani, the Total Connector, Total Bitcoin, Total Decentralization, Total Freedom. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.